Hello, beautiful souls. This has been a little bit longer than my normal TikTok says. It's a health update. So I saw a radiation oncologist yesterday to talk about taking the tumor off of my liver. I really wasn't worried about the ones on my spine. They haven't been bothering me. From all the results, it looks like their heart's starting to scar up, which means they're starting to go away, but they leave behind a scar. And once the cancer has eaten some of your vertebrae, that never comes back. So I am, you have bone and then scar tissue instead of a full blown boned up vertebrae. So it was very, very informative yesterday. So glad I had the appointment. I don't think that that's something I'm going to choose right now, is to have the tumor taken off of my liver. Now, whenever I had the MRI last week on my liver, they were measuring the tumor on my liver at 1.7 centimeters from an all-time high of 2.4 during the summer. Now, it was first diagnosed at stage 4 back in earlier in the year. It was 1.9. Now, 1.9 to 1.7, to me, that's basically the same, because it's humans doing the measurements, and that small, you can really make a mistake, or at least in my opinion. To any of the doctors out there, please don't come after me. I'm not saying you're making mistakes, but that's very tiny measurements. Now, what he did say, which was such a blessing and probably the biggest part of the appointment, is early on, and once he said it, I remembered it. Now, this guy had gone through all of my scans and information, which is a lot, you can imagine. And before the tumor on L4 was actually deemed to be a tumor, they had noted in one of my scans that there was something off there, and they said they weren't really sure what it was from the scan images. It could be arthritic. I do remember that because I just wrote it off as, oh yeah, I have arthritis in my back. I've always had problems, lower back problems. So I wrote it off as that. But as that tumor started going away, it started scarring up and started showing up more. So it looked like it was something that had just occurred. And my doctor had always said that she didn't think like it was something that had just occurred. Very rarely when someone has a tumor on their bone, you just see one. So it was very, plausible that the L4 had been there all along and they just hadn't seen it. So it was just, I felt a lot of blessings from the appointment. That means that since I went to Kazakhstan and had the oncolytic virus therapy, nothing has grown. Nothing has gotten bigger. Nothing has spread. And now the reason you can see them more clearly is because they're starting to scar up, and they're called what's sclerotic. So overall, really good news.